Hi, Baker Bobcats. It's Mrs. Brower. I hope that you're all doing well. I miss you. Tonight I'm going to read something a little bit different. I'm going to read to you from one of my favorite books. It's called National Geographic's Kids Almanac, and it's all nonfiction. And this one happens to be mostly about amazing animals. And I'm going to read to you about polar bears. They happen to be one of my favorite animals. I hope you like them too. I want you to notice in this nonfiction piece, you see a lot of bold print, you see captions, you see pictures, a lot of information all in there that we don't want to miss. So we're going to make sure to take some time to look at the pictures and read all of the captions. Okay? Undercover polar bears. Scientists use cool technology to spy on these animals. In northern Alaska, a female polar bear curls up in her den. She's warm despite the frigid temperatures outside. Right now, it's just her in the shelter. In a couple of weeks, she'll give birth to cubs. The family will then ride out the rest of the winter in their den. Suddenly, a small plane flies overhead, recording video of the frozen ground. Even though the soon-to-be mom is tucked under a few feet of snow, the images taken by the plane's cameras reveal her presence. Because polar bears are hard to spot throughout the winter, experts have come up with surprisingly interesting ways to gather information on these elusive and vulnerable animals. Using new technology, like the plane, scientists can learn more about polar bears and figure out how to protect them. Heat wave. How do the plane's video cameras spot this undercover animal? The gadgets are designed with special technology that allows them to pick up ground temperatures. A polar bear in a den emits heat that is transferred to the surface of the snow. Biologist Craig Perham says, when a plane flies overhead, its cameras sense that the spot has a slightly warmer temperature than its surroundings. Scientists like Perham rely on these gadgets to help them track down dens. Once they know the location of a den, researchers can prevent people from accidentally disturbing the shelter by building in or driving through the area. Drone on. Flying drones with cameras are also being used on these den finding missions. Todd Brinkman, a researcher with the University of Alaska in Fairbanks, is testing a drone called the ptarmigan, named after the Arctic bird, to see if it can find polar bear dens. Once the drone is ready, it may help scientists protect the den's furry inhabitants more quickly. Using tech to protect. This long-term goal, using these gadgets, is to gather as much information as possible about polar bears, says Elizabeth Kruger, a program officer for the World Wildlife Fund. New technology is helping us protect these animals as much as possible without getting in their way. That was really interesting. I learned a lot of interesting facts about polar bears and all of the work that's being done to protect them. Here you see a picture of a mother hangs out with her cub and a few polar bear facts. Polar bears, cubs stay with their mothers for about 2 years. A newborn polar bear cub is about the size of a guinea pig. That's so small. And this is a picture of a polar bear's paw. A polar bear's paw can measure as much as 12 inches across. That is pretty big, quite a paw. I hope that you learned some interesting facts about polar bears, and I hope that you're reading at home, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.